So I had this thought today which really changed my perception on taking criticism. I work in a sales job at the moment, and it's a very competitive environment where everyone's trying to do each other and everyone's trying to be the best because it's performance measured, right? And that's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. The thing is, when you fuck up, everyone gets to see it. When you mess up, it gets presented as an example for the entire team to see, right? And that can be very fucking fucked for your ego, right? Especially if you hadn't been exposed to that for your entire life. Like me, I've been fucking sheltered in a sense. Yeah, I've been a mama's boy. I lived at home, and I made a fucking mistake in the sales job. Like, I basically lost money, and it was so bad. It was just horrible. And the boss and the sales leader, they all said it was bad. And we looked at it in a team call, and yeah, it just was very harsh criticism. But of course, that's how you learn, and that's how we all learn. We know that, like, getting criticism is not a bad thing. It's how you resolve the error for the next time and do better next time. You learn from it. And what I realized when I was taking a shower today after kickboxing is it makes absolutely no sense to feel the way that we do after criticism. I mean, it does biologically, but if we actually want to improve, then we can't let that cock our momentum. Because the interesting thing is, if we let criticism get to us, or if we let feedback, like constructive feedback, get to us, and we think, maybe it's not the right thing for me, then the mental state goes down. Maybe I'm not as good as I thought, right? What that does, it signals to your brain that you want to just chill and you want to take it easy because maybe it's not the right thing for you and you couldn't be doing it anyway because it's trying to protect you, right? It's dangerous, it feels bad, so it's trying to protect you. But what's happening if you let that get to you, if you don't detach your ego from the feedback that you get, you will just perform worse and worse and get more and more negative feedback, and at some point you will be fucking kicked, or in my case I will be fucking fired. And that's because negative momentum builds just as well as positive momentum. And if you don't have positive momentum, you want to at least be neutral. For example, what I did, right, I was really stressed because not only the feedback and the criticism got to me, got to my ego. I also just had a really bad day one day before that, and on the same day I had a good day, which I thought was a good day, but all the leads that I set, none of them made me money, none of them got closed, and then I was disappointed again. It was like three things stacked on top of each other, right? It put me in a worse mental state, but also a better one because I had the feedback and I was able to improve. But if I would have not then realized that, listen, I have to this is the time when you hear Andrew Tate say this, when you hear anyone say this, you have to do the work even when you don't feel like it, right? You have to put in the hours when you feel like giving up, because those are the breaking points where a lot of people do give up. And if you push through those, then you will beat your competition. And I realized that in this moment, that if I now let this feedback get to my ego and let this criticism get to my performance throughout the day, then I will have a much worse day tomorrow and will get even more negative feedback. Then I will not be happy with myself, nor will my boss. It will just not get me any results that will bring me back into a positive mindset. So I need to completely detach. And that's the thing you have to do. You have to detach yourself from your ego, and you have to clearly see the statistics and just look at it as data. Look at it as fucking like you're a robot. Because if today I didn't realize this and I didn't think about it for a second, I could have easily not recentered my brain and my focus and re-attacked the day, because it would have been so easy to just be sad in my sad bubble and be sad at myself, and then be like, well, today I'm distracted, I'm doing this and that, and wow, right now I can't focus anyway. But no, I got rid of all that by changing my mental state. I got rid of all that. I realized I have to detach, and one bad criticism, what about all the positive ones? What about all the good days? What about all this? What about this result? Look how far I've come. And then I realized, man, that I can literally just forget all about that aspect of it if I detach myself from the ego and sit down and start deep work. And I did that, and it worked fucking perfectly. And I put myself, when I was doing calls, right, I put myself in the peak state. It's something that we preach at work actually very often, which I really like. It's actually really great, and it just works, bro. It's so simple, man, because it was easy. Because then it's easy again to build momentum, because then you realize, damn, I just handled this call really good. Wow, I'm not as bad as I thought. You know what I mean? Wow, I just handled this and that really good. Look how much I got done today. Tomorrow, I'm gonna make money. Like that. And then you get positive momentum back, and it's just a whole different mindset. So it's really, really important that you cherish the present moment, but also when things like these happen, you need to be aware of why they happened and be aware of what they're trying to do. Nobody's out to get you or insult you, or, it's literally just like when you mess up with your crush, same thing. If you speak to that girl and she rejects you, same thing. You have to detach your ego from that. You have to realize why it happened, take the feedback and improve so you're better next time. Don't be like delusional. Oh, well, they just don't know. They know, bro. If the girl rejects you, it's your fault. And my fuck up was like 100% my fault, 1,000% my fault. It was just an honest, bad fucking call. It was a real mistake by me. And I understand that it needs to be pointed out and made an example of. So knowing that, I can't be hurt by it. If it was that simple, everyone would do it, but that's how you have to go into it. And then you have to just refocus, recenter, detach your ego from the situation. Think of all the things that have been going good for you instead of the one thing that might be bad and now you feel bad. What the fuck? You little bitch. Same with kickboxing, bro. I have another example. Like when I got fucking my ass whooped in kickboxing sparring after like training hard with my coach, who I spar with as well, and of course he beats me, but then I'm going up against someone who's kind of my skill level and I still get fucked, right? And then I'm like, fuck, I actually get angry in the fight. And those are the moments where I'm not angry because I'm being hit. I'm not angry because I'm losing. I'm angry because my expectations of beating him got smashed, and then my ego gets hurt. Because my ego then goes, well, what? I practiced so much. I was so prepared for this. Practice, what about all the practice? Maybe I'm just naturally bad. And no matter if that's true or not, it doesn't, like, that only raises your adrenaline and makes you breathe worse, and then you're just gonna get fucked in the face more often. So in that sense, you once again, you enter downward momentum, and yeah, that's just really something to always be aware of and be mindful of, and catch your emotions before it's too late, because it could have been very easy for me to mess up my day today because I just felt a little disappointed in myself, and then I doubted myself for a few hours, and that just comes with it. It could have been so easy to just stay in there. So you have to realize that, and anything else makes no sense, because that's times of your life where it matters to be masculine and act on what needs to be done without actually living in any past or future state, right? Just in the moment, you know what needs to be done. I knew I had to clock in 6 hours today, right? So I had to do it. I have my goals. I pulled up my goals, my monthly goals. I need to get 14 closes for this month. So I was like, shit, if I just let it slide today, I'm not gonna get to go those closes, So you have to recenter your core, bro. Recenter your aura and really see where you're standing in life, and don't let your ego be in the way, because your ego, it can take the hit, man. You just need to realize it's not a personal thing. And that's very important. If you like this video, bro, my name is Jonah. I help young men like you improve and talk about all things self-improvement. So subscribe to my channel if you like this video, and I have some free shit in the description if you like free shit.